Okay, so it is now time to rehouse our new additions from the Tarantula Takeover show at the Show Me Reptile and Exotics Expo in St. Louis. We had a great time. We made it home safely, and now it's time to get all of our new additions into their more permanent homes. Now, if you didn't already see some of the footage from the show, it's just straight, raw, unedited. Some of it's shorter videos, but it's just what I could grab at the expo because I was so busy running around looking for new teas and such. But you will know that I got 4 new additions, and I got 2 terrestrials and 2 arboreals, and so it's time to rehouse them. And so I thought I would start with one of the arboreals, and this is one that I've been wanting for quite a while. It is of the Poecilotheria genus, and I believe Alex from Tarantula Haven turned me on to these guys quite a while back, but of course, them being an old world, them being an arboreal, and them being a Poecilotheria, I decided to wait for a while. And I saw one at the show. I just could not refuse, so I decided to get it. Now, it was out wandering around its enclosure here quite a bit as it starts to move around before I got the camera going here. So you can see I've got its new enclosure set up, and hopefully this will be sufficient for it, at least for a little while. I've got a piece of bark and a plant in there and some holes in the side. I've got some holes in the lid too. So what we'll do here is try to pull this piece of cork out and then guide it into its new home. And hopefully this goes well. Fingers crossed for no bolts. There we go. We got all that mess out of there. And let's see if we can give you a look at it before we put it in its home. I don't know about you guys, but to me, with that abdomen, it looks like this guy's already in a pre-molt. There's not much to it right now, but the Poecilotheria rufilata, in my opinion, besides the Metallica, is the most beautiful of the Poecilotheria species. They tend to be one of the larger ones, and so I can't wait to see this guy grow, although there's not much to it now. But I think it's probably in a pre-molt. I will try to give it some food in a few days, but if it rejects it, I will definitely leave it alone and keep giving it some moisture in its enclosure so that it will have a good molt. So let's see here. Move everything within frame. Let's see here if I can get this little guy to go down into its permanent home. There it goes, right straight down in there. Sorry I keep getting in front of the camera. I'm left-handed, so the light is just on the wrong side of the camera there. There it is, down into its new home. This was my Poecilotheria rufilata. We will move on to the next one right now. So up next is my other arboreal that I actually personally cannot wait to see up close and personal, because this is all I have seen of it. But I happen to know as slings they are quite vibrant and beautiful, and they go through changes through to the adult stage, but they still stay beautiful. But they're a lot like the GBB, as in they look different as a sling than they do as an adult. Unfortunately, I couldn't find an adult size of this species, and strangely enough, although I was at the show most all day, this is actually the only one of this species I could find. I actually managed to get this tarantula from the same vendor that I got the last one from, the P. rufilata. And I bought my only adult tarantula from them, which I will show you here in a little bit. But that vendor was J&M Scale Babies from Indiana. They have a Facebook page, and they're really awesome people. They were super friendly, talked to me the whole time I was there. Seems like they've got some pretty healthy animals, so we're going to go ahead and try to get this guy into its new enclosure, but at the same time, I really want to see it some, because although I've seen them on video, here it comes, I have not seen one up close and personal. And like I said, they are quite beautiful as a sling. This is my Carabiner Versicolor. This will be my second New World Arboreal. I received an Avicularia variegata from Pulp Friction. Oh wow, look how beautiful that is. I received an A variegata from Pulp Friction in the mystery box. And I've been wanting a C Versicolor for quite a while. But with all of the controversy behind the slings dying so easily and the ventilation and everything, I wanted to get something that was a bit bigger than this one was. But like I said, this was the only one I saw at the show. And I was there most of the day. Now, there may have been one or two other ones there that somebody bought, but this was the only one that I saw. I was actually kind of surprised that there wasn't more of these guys there. But we've gotten a good look at it. Let's try not to stress it out too much more and just go ahead and get it down in its new home. I can't wait to see what it will do webbing-wise, because they are notorious webbers. But there we go. That is my Carabiner Versicolor in its new enclosure. So let's move on to the new terrestrials. And up next at this point is probably one of my favorite new additions, although, you know, I really like them all. This was my first purchase, probably one of my better ones, and like I said, it's probably my favorite. You may recognize the fuzziness of this tarantula right here. This is, in fact, the Brachypelma albopilosum, which I avoided getting for a long time because it wasn't bright and beautiful and everyone had one. But, you know, you get so far into a hobby and then you realize you need those hobby staples. I decided to get one. I got this one from J&M Scale Babies as well. And they had a pretty good deal on her. And I just couldn't resist. So she was the first one that I bought. And I've actually had interactions with her since I bought her. And she's quite docile. So I think the plan is going to be to try to get her onto my hand. Although I do not condone handling all the time. Sometimes, in some cases, it can and is necessary to be done. I just wanted to demonstrate how sweet this girl is. And now I know why everyone says you must have a Brachypelma albopilosum. New collector, old collector, everyone's got to have one. And she is quite the beauty. Nice and fuzzy. So sweet. This is, guys, in fact, the Nicaragua form. Unfortunately, guys, I'll show you here. You'll see she has a bald spot on either side of her booty because of the rough, long ride from Missouri back to Texas. But she will molt that off and be her usual beautiful self again. But, guys, I just can't get over her. She is so gorgeous. I really love this girl. Not like I do my dogs. I'm not that heavy into the arachnids, but she is definitely, at this point, one of my favorite purchases. So I'm going to try to convince her now to go down into her new home. Atta girl. She's such a sweetie. So fuzzy and beautiful. Alright, let's go to the last one now, shall we? Okie dokie, so we have one more new addition to Rehouse. This is my other New World Terrestrial and the only one that I bought from the palp friction table because it was the only one that they had in stock I was interested in. This is a dwarf species and quite a beautiful tarantula. This is another one that I have been wanting for quite a long time. Decided to wait, and I guess Sunday was the day to finally get one of these. This is a gorgeous tarantula. You will see once it unfolds itself. Oh, and it gets mad and kicks some hairs at me. Now it wants to be a little pissy. There we go, guys. You can see a little better. This is the Davus pentiloris, the Guatemalan tiger rump. Quite a beautiful tarantula. And at this point, a little uncooperative. Such a gorgeous species. I wanted one of these for quite a while, but I never pulled the trigger for one reason or another. But there we go. Sorry about that focus, jeez. The Davus pentiloris. What a gorgeous tarantula. It is now in its new home, and we have gotten all of our new additions into their homes nice and safe. We made it home nice and safe. It was a great time. It was awesome to see a lot of you guys out there. Meet Patco, and just a great show. Can't wait to... Sorry, tripping over my tongue. Cannot wait for the next one. Super excited. That was my first show, so I've got the bug now. I've got the itch. So, hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give me a thumbs up and a comment. If you have not subscribed, please do that. Share this video with your friends. And before I go, one little shout out to my buddies Nathan and Scott Whittemeyer. Thank you guys so much for inviting me to come along with you. It was so awesome to hang out with you guys and get to know you and just have a great time. Smoking cigars, checking out tarantulas and reptiles and everything. It was a great time. Can't wait to do that again. Hey guys, that's all I've got. Don't forget, take care of yourselves and each other. Hope you have a great day. God bless.